everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S, Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 647. We are that podcast talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
I'm Ari Rockefeller.
And I'm Barry Mellon.
And Mako-chan is off tonight. She's actually prepping for an interview, so we're wishing her a whole lot of luck towards that. And if you notice, as I readjust the microphone, I'm in a new place. It's not the best in the world, but it'll do. So, how is everybody doing tonight?
I'm so freaking tired.
I'm doing okay, I guess. I can't be mad. I got a new mattress offer, so I'm hoping that it'll be nice and cozy.
That's glad.
Hello, Flying Tapir. Welcome to chat.
And your fans are coming right in, right on time too.
They're friends. I don't know. I hesitate. I guess they're fans, but I mostly consider them friends because I've been playing an MMO with them for a very long time.
That is so cool, nonetheless. So, anywho, we're back after a 2-week hiatus, which was mostly my fault, and I will get into that in just a bit. So, it is what it is. So, we are live tonight, week of September 17th, 2024, right here on Twitch TV. We're here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. You will always find us at Twitch TV/AnimeJam. We're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at vognetwork.com. And you can always find them at... I can't believe it. I've done this over 200 plus episodes. I still got to look at the OneNote just to get this together.
It happens. It happens.
I know. You would think I'd have it memorized by now. You can always find them at Let me start this all over. You always find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at vognetwork.com. You will find them at vognetwork.com. And they're also on Twitch as well, so you can find them at Twitch TV/VogNetwork. And we're proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network. We're a proud Vog Network affiliate. And come hang out in our Discord, vognetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has a channel, so come through, hang out, and enjoy the pool while we still got it open. So we got that out the way. We're gonna kick things off with how was your day? How was your week? Ari, since Mako's not here tonight.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy on my end, mostly with work. But like I've said before, that with me moving to a new place,
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of I found a place. I found movers to get everything over, and but I'm still in the old place for now. But until the day comes, I'm pretty much just ferrying stuff back and forth from my apartment to my new house, usually only taking like 2 bins of stuff at a time, and just putting in the trunk and then stopping over after work and just dropping it off like that.
And I totally get that. Yeah.
But at the moment, I'm navigating through my apartment around a maze of trash bags and cardboard boxes full of shit.
I know that feeling.
So, yeah, I just haven't been feeling well, since, past couple of days or so. I'm back on the Ozempic, and the nausea just kind of hits at random times, and it's starting to take its toll.
Well, like I said, I wasn't on Ozempic. I was on Wegovy, and I had no side effects whatsoever. I wasn't hungry, Realize I've been off it for maybe 6+ months, and I know some of the weight has come back, but my eating habits have slowed down still. And it's just like if I'm snacking on stuff, I'm kind of stressed about stuff. Anywho, please continue.
Mostly it's just having the stuff just it makes me completely averse to eating like starchy things, especially like fries or potatoy things or anything like that. It just ugh. and it and it occasionally just shuts off my appetite. Like it's been at points where it's happened mid chew,
You know,
just like that, just like
I have never
We
had
call
that
that
happen.
in chronic illness and stuff like that. We call that the ick.
huh. I didn't think
When
it had a
when something
specific
that you
name.
see as a safe food becomes not appetizing anymore, it is called the ick. When something starts to give you the ick, it is bad usually. I'm sorry
It
you've been
definitely
going through that.
sounds
That's
bad.
really rough.
See,
Yeah. It's just you all of a sudden you just go, yeah, this is not great. My motion sickness, my nausea, my gag reflexes is starting to kick up. I'd rather not.
that's the thing. When I was on Wegavi, none of that.
Mm.
It was like I would go into the pantry and see, like the chocolates and stuff, and I'd look at it and be like, not hungry, and I would just walk right out. I wouldn't have
Mm.
no cravings or nothing. Yeah, it cut down on my eating habits. Like as y'all know, I love my Wing Tuesdays. I would sit here and eat a dozen wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. I I can't do it anymore. I can only eat six, and I would
Mm.
save the rest for tomorrow night. And since I've been off it, what I
It
do,
saves money at least.
yeah, and what I do now is I still get like cravings after I eat the six wings. It might be counterintuitive, yes, but I have like a big old bowl of salad, and I add some bacon bits and some cheese, some sauce, and some dressing. That's it, and I eat that, and I understand that's kind of counteracts, the healthiness of the salad, but it is what it is. Please continue.
That's pretty much been it for me. Just
Okay.
being anxious about moving and everything.
I feel that. Barry, how was your week? How was your day? How was your month? It's good to see you again, friendo.
Hi. Well, it's been okay. I have gotten recently back into other games. So I started to fall back into some other games. I had some lovely community mates and friend mates. Basically get me into Ales and Tales Tavern and
Mm.
into what's the other game we were playing? Supermarket. Well, I got us into Supermarket together. But basically been playing a lot of games with a lot of people and getting back into possibly streaming in next month.
Well, that's good.
Hopefully, because I love spooky times
Mm.
and I have a few horror games that I think I might play through. But yeah, just kind of prepping for all that stuff, looking into new for anybody who's been with the channel here on twitch.tv/anime jam session or with any of my channels for any period of time know that I'm kind of a techie. I like playing with all the newfangled plugins for OBS and all the new tech stuff. And obviously, with you guys seeing my presence, I program all that stuff. And we have our new little buddy right above my head here, little blue Booberry, as he's been so lovingly named. But yeah, so I've been doing a lot of tech stuff with that and kind of working on the back end and just doing geeky stuff, just standard Barry shenanigans.
Mm. If it wasn't standard Barry shenanigans, then it would be trouble. Trouble with a capital
I
T.
also have gotten back into sewing too, which I think has helped a lot. I got into did not know that 2024 was going to be the year I got into leather work, but
Mm.
here we are. And then I have gotten people are courting me to play Final Fantasy 14. I don't know if I really want to yet, but I'm debating on it. The costumes are cute and stuff. I just don't know yet. So we'll see, we'll see. But I have a client that wants me to make them a Final Fantasy 14 white mage outfit.
Yeah,
So lots of sewing the next few months.
I get you on that. Because yeah, me and Kuro Hikari-chan, the only MMOs we've played,
Hmm.
SO2, New Genesis, and it kind of got to the point where nothing else left to do except for like dress up decor your house and like try to get more rare weapons and stuff. Like all the missions and stuff is done. So we actually took a break from that and start playing through Borderlands 2 again on PC. So because we did beat the game before, but we did it on Xbox. So why not PC? Because one thing I like about playing on PC, I
Mm.
can snipe like a bastard with the regular gun because I'm a mouse keyboard person. But anywho, so let me give y'all the rundown of what's been going on for the last couple of weeks. Some of you are looking around, like the background looks different. There's a lot more clarity on your screen and stuff like that. So here's the thing: the week of Anime NYC, I finally secured an apartment. That fell through with my then roommate. I'm still upset, not as upset about it, but me and them were still friends. That's done. So I basically was scrambling to find a one bedroom or a room. So that Saturday of that Saturday afterwards, I ended up securing a room. And I just sat there holding up for this other place, but the other place, excuse me, the other place decided to change their minds because they didn't want a male roommate since it was mostly female. And I'm just like, well, maybe you shouldn't have asked me in the first place, but whatever. Said and done. So, paid the fees, the rent, all of that done. And the moving in begins. So, I was actually living in this place as of Labor Day. And because I only had some stuff set up, there was no reason for me to stream because I had to figure out the internet connection and all. So, right now, my home internet connection is supported by a power line adapter kit and a router that I bought like a couple of months ago to help a friend out, but I'm using it now, so that's set up. So I'm good with that. Um, I also had to send out my mixer to get replaced, and that showed up yesterday. The person that was living in this room for didn't throw all his stuff out, so I had to drag basically. The only thing of the old room, of the old person that's living here is his bed because we couldn't get my bed frame out. It was big, so the guy that was helping me just said, "I'll buy you another one," which I did. It from IKEA is sitting out there in the common area. This Sunday, I will be sitting here pulling down the old bed, dragging for garbage. I am assembling my new bed. I haven't decided if it's going to where, but right next to my computer is the bed. Now, because of the size, I can turn it horizontal. The only thing is, if I do that, my dresser with my underclothes have to be moved, and I think that would work out better. I just gotta see how it lays out. Plus, my tower doesn't have to sit underneath the desk, so I have more room. Also, being in this room, the volumes of everything isn't as loud as it used to be, so my alarms still work, but at a lower volume. My Yeah, I haven't set up my PS5 yet because I'm on. It, PS5 is going to be set up eventually. The Xbox is set up. They're both going to be behind the TV, so at least I have some. Thank God for Bluetooth. There's all of that. I think that's basically has been it. Oh, and the reason why there hasn't been a show is not just because of the moves. It's just getting all the furniture in stuff out of the old place and into the new place. Now I can tell you this right now: 90% of my stuff is in storage because I don't have room for it. And out of that 90% of stuff that's in storage, at least 80% of it is all anime shit. And I did not realize how many anime swag I bought and collected over the years. So that's just interesting. But I have
Weeb.
damn right. 6 boxes I need to break down. One is full of video games, others is full of bric-a-brac and stuff like that. So I'm trying to do all of that, and then eventually in this closet here, since all of my clothes fit on up there, a small dresser. So that's going to be future plan, which I was trying to buy at IKEA on Monday, but have it, so I was on limited time. So I said, "Fuck, get a chance, I'll order it and have it shipped to the house." Done and done. Basically, has been it. I can say from stream right now, getting in here is a lot better. It's not as atrocious as if you remember. I used to have this is a.
Ranma, you keep cutting out. You gotta kiss your mic. You gotta make out with it, bro.
I shouldn't have to
Oh,
kiss and
yeah.
make out with
I
the
know.
mic because I've never had this issue before. Okay.
There's something with the connectivity, yeah.
Maybe, or it could be.
The wires, yeah, that could be it
Yeah,
too.
that could be it. And I just realized I stopped the recording of the stream. Oh God.
No.
No. But it's
Oh, it
okay.
happens. It happens. Live studio, y'all.
No. The audio is still being recorded. It's the video. I can pull that.
Yeah.
I can pull that from off of Twitch's website at any time and just
Yeah.
do the edit. That's fine. I didn't realize it when when I went to adjust the cables. Like one thing about this mixer, it has different microphone properties. So I'm using a Rode NT one, so I probably need to reset that and put it back to the way it should be. So anyhow, that's all said and done with. That's been my week. That's been my 2 weeks, my day. I am a little stressed. I'm a little tired. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. My coworker took a week off of work, so I had because he was getting married, which I understood, but it just popped up at the last minute. So instead of me taking time off to move stuff, yeah, that didn't work as it is what it is. It's all said and done. We're out of here. We are moving on. And we're going to tell you about housekeeping notes on this program once things cycle up, which it just did. So, if you're probably wondering why my voice is a little bit lower than normal, is because, again, I am in a room renting, and I don't want to sound too loud, so they are telling me to keep it down. So, that's all that is. So, I also want to let you know that episodes of this podcast is available on YouTube, youtube.com/anime jam session. Click on podcasts and all the episodes there. There's like a master playlist right there, so you can definitely check them out. Episodes go up Thursdays at 12 p.m. And since I'm going out for a few drinks tomorrow night, I'm going to do all of that tonight. So don't forget, we also have a couple of anime conventions coming up. We will be at AAC, another anime con in Massachusetts, October 18th to the 20th. Right after that is DerpyCon. Going back to Derpy, October 25th to the 27th in New Brunswick, New Jersey. And for those of you who I had met at Anime NYC, and for those of you who I've said I would have photos for you in a couple of weeks, I am sorry I haven't gotten to them yet, but I will be working on them this week and next week, and the photos will be up. And if you have messaged me on Instagram or my Facebook fan page, I will be sending you copies ASAP, and I may be following up with we should shoot. Once I get all of my photo shoots up, I will probably reach out and be like, let's do a couple of photo shoots. Let's have some fun, Next up is Geek Roundtable. This is more of the geekier aspects of our show. We talk more about the geekier things that we've been doing. So, Ari, what's up with Geek Roundtable, friendo?
So, I just want you to take a look at this setup behind me because this is going to be the last night that my background is going to look like this. Because
oh, nice.
Let's see. What's it? Wednesday. Yeah, one, two, three, four. Yeah, on the Wednesday or thereabout, I'll be formally moving, out of this apartment. Have all
Let's
the
go.
I'll have all my my furniture, loaded up in the trucks and sent over to my house, and I'll be on afternoon shifts after my next 2 days off. So like I'll say 2 weeks from now, when I'm next on, you'll see me in my new office, as it were. It's a 2-bedroom. I'm going to use the bedroom as the second bedroom as an office.
That's good.
Yay!
And it already had shelves built in on the wall, so that's where I'm gonna put all the geeky stuff and like my yeah, the few figurines I have in my Lego builds.
Hey, Ari,
Yeah.
we just got the tagged Urge to Herbal, so show off that long hair, nerd Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna say gently, gently, so
Mhm.
you don't activate your nausea. But if you can't do it, I could try.
There we go. Our anime Jesus.
Yes, yes, queen.
uh, we don't have super slow mo, so that's as best I can do.
We'll have to make you up a we'll have to make you up a filter that just activates with it.
No, what we need to do this is what we need to do. Ari, you need to cosplay the dude. And you need to walk past people and just do your hair, like run your hands through your hair. We have somebody with a fan behind you blowing the hair. That would be
Just
epic.
standing off like
That would
ahead of
be
me
great.
a pace into like one side, so just constantly blowing out. Like,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yes.
that's something to look forward to.
That would be funny.
Yes, it would be. Okay, so for me, for Geek Roundtable, now I believe all except for two items I have shown off on the show. Those two items I have not shown off are, I will get to them in due time. I can show this off. Hold on for a second.
Should we sing the Jeopardy song, chat?
Nah, we're good.
There we go. What did I miss?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
hmm
Nothing.
I don't believe either one of you.
Nothing at all.
Oh, you two lie.
Whatever do you mean?
You both.
There's nothing devious here.
Y'all in your damn collusion.
Anyway, what is it you were showing off?
Yeah, what were you gonna bring?
This. I picked up the Fatal Fury 1-2 Punch set Blu-ray. This is both Fatal Fury OVAs.
Oh, nice.
And what's interesting is, in storage are the VHS versions of these, which I cool. And supposed to be the director's cut, so there's extended footage. So I'm kind of
just in time for Terry to show up as a guest character in Street Fighter 6.
Yep. And a little bit later after that, he'll be showing up in the next Fatal Fury installment, City of the Wolves. I just hope it's on a better gaming engine.
We'll see when it comes out.
Anime wise, I finished up Oshinoko, and I'm like, y'all got that season 3 floating around there somewhere? Because I could kind of use a season 3. I finished my rewatch of ReZero, which I am more inclined to believe when it comes to powering up and leveling and stuff, they're making shit up as they go along. And another thing I noticed about ReZero that other isekais don't really do, outside of Ushiko Tensei, most isekais is focused around the main character who is there trying to get back home or sabotage or something like that. As I'm rewatching ReZero, they focus a lot on the backstories of all the characters and everybody else. And Natsuki is basically like, you know what? I'm here. I'm not going back. I'm gonna make the best of it. That's one thing I really liked. I have to catch up with Plus Size Elf. I am caught up with the dub of My Hero Academia. This season, I'm watching it in English dub as opposed to Japanese language dialogue. I want to do something. I want to say I finished up another anime, but I can't remember what it is. I know it, but I will say this much. Thank God for my anime list. I am now able to keep track of some stuff. Oh, I think one of the things I did do was watch some anime on a whim. And one thing I like about like these 12 episode animes is that takes you like maybe 3 or 4 days to just knock them out. I'm gonna look at my anime list real quick and see if I see it. It would be nice if you could like sort by by date completed and stuff like that. And the funny thing is, this is not my complete list of anime. This is also remember Engaged. I do not remember watching that one. I'm gonna have to open that up on a sidebar and then come back to it. Oh well, it is what it is. That basically has been my. Oh wait. Okay, I did watch Engage. Yes, I'm watching the direct, like the synopsis. Okay, I'm caught up with that. So it is, and that's that. You know, and Cedar Berry's trying to keep up the date with Detective Conan. I mean, at least it's not One Piece. I mean, if you're gonna watch an anime series that's going on with countless episodes, at least it's a series that's good and it's interesting and it's good top quality.
Hmm.
Hmm. Meanwhile, Barry's over there sharpening their knife and just waiting to throw it at me for my cheap shot at One Piece.
Oh, that's not a good look. I saw that glare there for a second.
I know. I am I am quite the glutton for punishment. And there's the
Yeah,
Kodachi laugh.
Is that what it sounds like?
No,
I never
no.
know. Oh gosh.
No, it's just no, it's just like the timing. You start laughing. I'm just like, oh shit, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Tiberi says
I
last
feel like I
year.
need to perfect a good Kadachi laugh though. I feel like that would be very on point.
Probably.
Very
And,
Ojo-sama laughs.
and before we get into our topics for tonight, Tiberi says he was only 20 episodes behind and it feels like a year ago. Ari, you said you had to bounce out, right?
Yeah, because I got to get up early,
Mhm.
and like I said,
Yeah.
those epics killing me.
Gotcha. All right, man.
Yeah. Well, feel better if you really need something, if you have ginger, any ginger, or if you need me to, I'll send you some of my favorite ginger jam tea at some point, and I'll have to make you a care package.
Oh, that's
Thanks.
precious.
I'll be sure to give you my new address once I get settled in.
Yeah. I was gonna say I might have to hit you up for your new address, but yeah, just give me a heads up, and I can go out and get some of my favorite tea or have it sent like via Amazon or Throne or something.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, feel better, hon.
All right,
All
Ari.
right.
Take care.
Thanks, guys. See you
Got it.
later.
See ya.
Night night, sweet dreams.
And now we go back into 2 play mode.
And now we plot world destruction. I mean, yeah, your
Eh.
your idea works fine.
I would love to hit a button when I'm switching screens. It plays a sound effect. I should. And I just realized my edits for the 2024 is not done the way it should be. I'll have to do it in the background while we're talking article.
That's okay.
So,
Do you just want me to do the article that I was signed up for today? The second one? While you work on that?
Yeah, because this is a long one. We can just bounce back and forth. You know,
Okay.
Yeah, this one I was kind of hoping Mako would be on because this is one of this. This
Yeah.
involved her favorite Sailor Moon character, Sailor Jupiter.
Yeah, I know. And it
Mhm.
made me real sad too. Jupiter's one of my favorite. I will say Mercury was my
know.
first love, but Jupiter was definitely a very, very close second.
Well, you did do Miyu Jupiter at one time.
I did, yeah. I cosplayed Miu Jupiter because a friend of mine wanted to do the La Reconquista,
Mm-hmm.
the musical, the live action musical versions, and so we ended up doing those together. And she was my Venus, and I was her Jupiter, and it was very cute.
Yeah, she was a very cute Venus at that. And I'll leave it at
Yeah,
that.
she does a great job. She does a great job as Venus.
Or does Venus again? I guess I could break out Artemis one more time.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, I want to go to ZenkaiCon next year. Like that's one of my events that I do want to hit up. I
Well,
just have a lot of work to do before then.
hotel. Well,
But yeah,
hold
I do want to get out more.
the
It's
whole.
just about my it's about my illness. It just depends on how well
Mhm.
I handle that.
And I totally
But
get that.
on a lighter note though, do you want me to cover the Beetlejuice stuff?
Let me take a quick look at this. You know what? Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay.
But next,
So for those who are, oh,
before,
go ahead.
let me get into the article, and I also want to say, since you mentioned ZenkaiCon, hotel rooms are going up next Monday.
Yeah.
Means I have to leave
Oh
my.
God, why is it like this? It's gonna be insane again.
I
I mean, at least it's not like
know.
Dragon Con or like MagFest, but it's still
Wait,
freaking bad,
hold on,
bro. It's
hold on,
not a bloodbath, but it's like
hold on,
you will get stabbed with
hold
a
on,
shank made of Jolly Ranchers and weeb
hold
dreams.
on. Let me say this about MagFest. I like how they do it. It's a clusterfuck because
No, they
number
do. I
because
like how they require you to have a hotel room.
yes,
Yeah.
here's the thing for those of you who don't know. When it comes to MagFest, you have to have purchased your badge first. Once you have purchased your badge, you get
Hmm.
sent a magic URL to a virtual queue where you can get your hotel room, and it's completely random. You might not get the hotel that you want, but it's by blind luck. Otakon did something similar, but it wasn't a badge thing first. It was a virtual queue, and evidently they opened the queue up much early, and people started picking their rooms. I'm just like, they're like, instead of hitting a giant reset, they're like, we're gonna run with it. So thankfully, I have a squad where we're gonna try to get our double rooms and just roll with the punches. So let's get into tonight's story. And as I said, you had mentioned Mako-chan during this because Mako-chan's character is based after Makoto Kino, better known as Sailor Jupiter from the shoujo senshi Sailor Moon. And what had happened over the last couple of weeks that the original voice actress for Sailor Jupiter, Emi Shinohara, passed away from battling an unknown illness.
Hmm.
Um, her husband Hiroshi Watari went on Twitter and made the announcement and was very thankful for all the warm well wishes of people are coming out, you know. And what it was, he posted, I don't usually post many photos of us together, but this time I made an exception. My wife Emi Shinohara passed away on September 8th. There has been a lot of swallowtail butterflies flying around me lately. I felt like there was some kind of messenger. Looking back, it was a wonderful 26 years. Thank you. Rest in peace. Thank you to everyone who supported us. And oh, I did not know this. Their daughter is Atsuko Enomoto. I did not know that. And for those of you who don't know, Atsuko Enomoto, if I'm not mistaken, sang the opening theme to Angelic Layer and voiced the main character from that anime. There are other people who are sending in their condolences from Inui Kazuhiko, Kotono Mitsuishi, as you all know, is the original voice of Usagi Tsukino in Sailor Moon, and we hear from Megumi Han, the original voice of Queen Beryl and Luna, Mika Kanai, Naoko Matsui, Noriko Hidaka. For those of you who don't know, is the voice of Akane Tendo in Ranma One Half, who's coming back to reprise her role. So a lot of people came out and gave their condolences. Um, Rika Fukami, the original voice of Minako Aino, tweeted, "My very dear friend has passed away. He was full of energy and hope until the very end. We were born on the same day. I love you forever." I mean, it's really sad when a voice actress passes on, but this I feel hits a little bit harder because I have never seen so many condolence tweets come out like this. Just wow. Naoko Takeuchi tweeted. She did another drawing of Makoto in honor of Emi Shinohara. Um, I believe her husband also did one too, and I can't remember his name off the. Those of you who don't know, did 3 by 3 Eyes and Hunter x Hunter. Wow, it's just amazing. A lot of people coming out to give more condolences, more fan art, and so it's just wonderful how this all came together. Um, One thing though that kind of messed with my head a little bit. Then again, this has always messed with my head. Um, Her husband actually posted pictures on, I think, on Instagram from the funeral service. I mean, the pictures that were posted, you could see like the formal layout, the picture, and everything. To me, it was kind of eerie, but it was more respectable as opposed when somebody here in the States pass away. This happened. People will take pictures. And the casket is in view in the area. Like, I don't. I'd rather that you didn't. That's a little ski. Or the live stream, you can see the. I'm like, that's not my thing, but it is
I
what it
think
is. Yep.
it allows for people, especially like myself, who are like chronically ill and like housebound a little
No,
bit.
no, 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 no,
It
no,
a-
no, no, no,
it
no,
it
no, no,
allows for
no,
them,
no, no,
and it allows for fans to be there
no,
presently.
no, no, no. It's okay. Right, right. You make a valid point. I was going in a different direction, but you make a valid point. For the most part, I don't
Uh-huh.
mind. Like a friend of mine during COVID, and they had a memorial service that was streamed. It was very
Hmm.
respectable because you see
Yeah.
didn't see the urn. It was just a podium and people just going up. To me, if it's more like that, I think that's just me. That's perfectly fine. But you do it however you seem fit that works for you. I'm just saying, seeing something extra like that is a kind of. It's just not my thing. But yeah, you get what I'm saying, though. It's just perspective.
Uh, I mean, sort of, kind of.
All
I
right.
mean, a lot of it is just like what tech. I mean, like what society is now,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, if you want faraway family and stuff to be able to view it, and you're respectful about it, like you're not just like on TikTok, like, yo, it's your boy, like
Mm.
I'm at my friend's
I will
funeral, like
let that happen at
as long
my.
as you're respectful about it, like you're saying, then I mean it's nothing different than somebody that's at one of the military cemeteries, like just filming the fact that there's a crossing
Mm.
guard, like you know, and trying to record for posterity. It's just a different form of that.
Oh, we're not going to go into that, but I will tell you this much: one of the families has
Oh.
filed a lawsuit regarding that, so we're just going to leave it
Oh
at that.
God, not that. I don't mean like that guy. I
Oh,
meant
okay,
like when they film
okay,
the
okay,
respectful part of it,
yeah,
not
okay,
someone using it for their own endeavors.
yeah.
But that's neither here
Yeah,
nor there at this
what I'm
point.
saying is, it's okay. I have no problems with them streaming a memorial service as long as it's like
Yeah.
it's just you see like the podium and people going up and stuff like that. I mean, as long as it's
Are you confused about like there being maybe a focus on the casket or something?
right,
Is that what I'm missing?
right, it kind of bothers me. But again, that's just me.
Oh, so the fact that they like visualize the person's remains in a way that you think
Right.
is not respectful as it could be.
I mean,
Okay.
it's maybe respect. Probably is 100% respectful. I'm just saying, it's not something I want to see.
It's just not your cup of tea,
Yeah.
and that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. Like people grieve in different ways, and
Yes.
death makes everyone uncomfortable to a point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's understandable. And I mean, it's just very sad, and it is really unfortunate because she was really young still.
Yeah.
And the fact that like we've had a lot of voice actors and actresses who've been very very young or seemed very young that have just passed away unexpectedly. It's a very very sad loss, and I like all my well wishes are with her family and the fans and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I totally get it, but that's just me, and I just hope that doesn't people just understand, where I'm getting at. That's all. So let's kind of bring this back. Bring this a little bit more cheery. I think we're gonna now go into something that's more along the lines of Barry's cool stuff about Beetlejuice, which I really need to go see.
I would say, surprisingly, I do enjoy it. It's not like one of my main fandoms, but I do enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
To go on to something that I guess brings a lot of folks a little more joy and is into the spirit of the spooky season. Um, well, if you haven't been paying attention, Beetlejuice has made a bit of a comeback in a fandom. And it has been getting a renewal to the IP. And if you haven't had a chance to, Beetlejuice is out in theaters right now. But if you're interested, the dub for Beetlejuice went in full costume.
Mm-hmm.
So Koichi Yamadera, Maya Sakamoto, went full costume for their Beetlejuice dub. So when you think of voice acting, the last thing that comes to mind is how the actors dress for the recording session, because you're usually inside a booth. Usually no one can see your face or anything like that, so
Mm-hmm.
you don't usually think that they dress up very much. While they likely choose clothes that are comfortable and will not be picked up on the microphone, the one thing they don't have to wear is an outfit of their character. But this wasn't the case for the Japanese dub voice cast members of Tim Burton's new film, Beetlejuice, as they went all out during the recording sessions, donning the costumes and makeup of their prospective characters. The Warner Brothers Japan X, formerly Twitter account, revealed on August 26th that the cast makeover during the dubbing sessions is an industry first. The promotional photos included the post show 8 cast members and stated their identities would be revealed on August 28th. In the Japanese voice cast, had some interesting comments regarding being in costume and makeup for the dubbing process. Koichi Yamadera, who is Beetlejuice, when he heard that he was full body dubbing, he thought, what does that mean? It must be hard. And it really was. It took dozens more time, manpower, and effort than normal dubbing, and it was the first time I had scheduled with 4 hours of preparation time. The plaster cast beforehand took even longer. Originally, he became a voice actor because he wanted to become someone other than himself, so this was a good memory, and he's glad they'd paid attention to even the smallest detail. Michael Keaton, who plays Beetlejuice, puts a lot of effort into his voice, so I worked hard and pushed my voice to the limit. Dubbing foreign films has a different kind of thrill from anime voice acting, so please pay attention to it. I've done this much, so please make it go viral. There's a few other comments, such as they thought it would be like cosplay, and they weren't sure what it meant to full body dub, and they
Hmm.
thought that it was very impressive, or quite a crazy idea, depending on which of the voice actors you're talking to. While we won't see the voice actors on screen, hopefully the costume and makeup provided even more inspiration to them. Beetlejuice opens on September 6th in the United States and will open on September 27th in Japan. So if you haven't had a chance to yet, you should go check it out.
I just love the fact that Beetlejuice is being dubbed by Koichi Yamadera, who has done numerous
Mm.
roles, but there are two roles that he has done that stand out for me. One,
What roles are those, Ranma?
Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop,
Mm-hmm.
and Ryoga Hibiki from Ranma One Half.
That's. I
I
was wondering if you were gonna call out Ryoga.
I
I was wondering.
I am absolutely giddy about that. Now I'm picturing Beetlejuice with Ryoga's headband trying to navigate the Nether world.
Yep, that he would get absolutely, absolutely lost.
Mm-hmm. That right. Okay, all right.
Well, if you want to take us into the next article.
I will. And Cedar Beer says they need to revive the cartoon. Well,
yes, I would love that. I would love that. They brought Beetlejuice into the Cartoon Network fighting game, and I got really excited.
oh, multiverses.
It's like multiverse or
yeah,
something.
multiverses.
But yeah, multiverses. But I would love that. Oh, the Return of Doomy. Oh, that would be so good.
See,
I would say, I guess that's my fandom in Beetlejuice is the cartoon. That's what I grew up with. That's what I really like.
See, this is the cool thing about it. Like, have you seen the musical?
I have not yet. I've been told so many times I need to go see it. I just haven't had a chance to because there's not a lot of places streaming it.
It's because of Alex Brightman. The musical is shamelessly perverted in a positive light. And
all right.
Really, it is. Barry,
I mean, that's a description for sure.
Barry, we all got that one friend, and I'm probably that one friend that says
it's not that one friend, bro. You learn a lot from playing an MMO.
Mhm.
Okay, chat, y'all nerds are horny for some reason. Okay, I'm just gonna calls it like I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying we got
so
that.
The musical is surprisingly cultured.
Yeah, I'm just saying we all got that one friend that says silly, perverted stuff, but it's not disgusting. It's just flat out funny and hilarious.
Lewd. We've that lewd friend. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but it's always funny and hilarious, not like disgusting, you know.
Not creepy. Yeah, no.
And the plot.
I mean, when you've got intimate groups of friends, it's really funny to be a little bit lewd. You can be a little less vivacious.
And Cedar hit the nail. Okay. And Cedar hit the nail on the head. The musical's supposed to be the kind of like the movie meets the cartoon meets modern day. Yeah, they basically.
I like that. That sounds good.
They took the plot of the movie and changed the plot where if the musical ends, the cartoon kicks right after that. That's basically what they did. All right.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get into our next story before we're shamelessly derailed yet again.
That's why I'm trying to keep us focused.
But you're doing a very bad
you
job.
You got the ADHD dream demon trying to drive the crazy train. Okay, that's not gonna work well for you, mortal. That's
all
not
aboard. Gonna. ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. We're gonna talk about the OG magical girl, Creamy Mami, which sounds like a hentai, but it's actually not.
It's not. It's one of my fandoms. Don't you lewd my Creamy Mami. You leave her alone.
I did not know Creamy Mami was one of your fandoms.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I missed that.
As her.
I think I missed that because I know my friend Nikki.
It's okay.
Cosplay Creamy Mami, and she asked me to get her some stuff from the pop-up shop when I was in Japan. If I had known, I would have ganked you something too. So
that's okay.
Most of the stuff that she wanted was already sold out day one, but I got her some cool acrylic stuff. So
yeah. Oh, that's neat. But yeah, so what's going on with Creamy Mami?
She's going old school.
Ooh, we love a retro queen.
Yes. The anime goes analog for Record Day with a cassette tape and player. So,
cassette tapes?
Yes,
what?
Yes. On November.
Alpha Gen could never.
Side note: I want to visit the Sony Museum because they have a Walkman. The history of the Walkmans, every model on display.
Wow, I kind of want to go now.
Right. On November 3rd, Tokyo Kasei University will host Record Day 2024, Japan's largest event dedicated to analog records. It only seems fitting that Creamy Mami, Studio Pierrot's magical musical Showa-era idol, to put out a new release for the occasion. Fans of the 80s music can grab a new cassette tape release of last year's Magical Amy Creamy Mami's 80s on vinyl, which features 10 songs from the anime newly recorded by the lead voice actress Takako Ota. The tape will be priced at 2,300 yen, which should be about $17, but given how the dollar to yen is you're probably looking at $19 now. But if you don't have a cassette player, that's not a problem. A mini cassette player will be available featuring the art of you and her alter ego Mami, and it's available separately for 5,980 yen. And it's a white cassette Walkman with orange buttons, and you can see on the inside, and it says Magical Angel Creamy Mami on it, and that's kind of cool. Both the cassette and the cassette player will go on sale in stores and online shops on November 2nd, the day before the event. Now, the anime Magical Angel Creamy Mami debuted from Studio Pierrot back in 1983 and is considered by many to be one of the first media mix anime projects. The series starred up-and-coming idol Takako Ota as 10-year-old Yu Morisawa and pop star alter ego. After helping a pair of cat-like aliens find their way home, Yu is gifted with an alien compact, which she may use as she wishes for 1 year. The 52-episode series follows Yu's misadventures as she and Mami unexpectedly rise to stardom. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
When I actually looked up the voice actress singer, I just like that one of the pictures is such a show up period of her album, and I'm just like, I gotta listen to this, which ties back to the fact that I have to pick up when I go to 90s Con next year. Show up with the Alyssa Milano show up J-pop idol CDs. That'll be cool. So moving right along into our next story here, about world's biggest adult manga pirate site gets their asses handed to them.
Do you want to read that one, or do you want me to cover it?
You can go ahead and take that one.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well,
wait.
I mean,
Before we continue.
10 of lewd.
All right, wait.
The world's biggest adult manga.
Barry.
Uh-huh.
Before we continue, do you feel more comfortable if I took the story?
No, it's fine. I don't
Okay,
know.
all right.
Fine.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure. All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
And the world's biggest free adult manga piracy site was sued by a U.S. company for copyright infringement. Ah, yes, pirates. You might enjoy the life upon the sea as free men, women, and non-binary joys. However, there is an arm of the law that is always looking to get their due. And the world's biggest free mature manga site, considered by many dealing in pirated works, has been sued for copyright infringement by a U.S. distribution company, with the site worth a massive 79.4 million monthly visits.
Ooh,
I
no.
told you, y'all nerds are horny as hell. Via Torrent Freak.
You
the
haven't
adult
been to the
manga website
rave, have you?
Wait, what was that, Ranma?
You haven't been to the rave, have you? You think
I have. No, I've been to so many raves. I'm just demi ace. I don't really. It's not my thing. But anyway, their legal troubles have worsened following a lawsuit for copyright infringement by PCR Distributing. PCR has been involved in distributing adult games since 1998, according to its recent filing. It owns, creates, acquires, translates, and distributes premium hentai art and publications from Asia to the U.S. market, and specializes in localizing and publishing Japanese visual novels and dating sim games for the English market. It previously filed for a subpoena to reveal the identities of those running hentai, which the site disputes due to its belief that it acts as a mere conduit for potentially illegal content. So it's basically trying to pretend that it's this Temu or Shein of hentai, which the site disputes due to its belief, it's a conduit, rather than actively being engaged in storing illegal material. Given that there's a precedent for the DMCA's subpoenas being denied for this reason, it had effectively stalled PCR until August 30th of this year, when the company sued. PCR filed a complaint for 4 charges: copyright infringement, vicarious copyright infringement, contributory copyright infringement, and inducement of copyright infringement. It now seeks a jury trial to bring N-hentai to justice, claiming that it cannot be considered a mere conduit since it doesn't allow users to submit content. If PCR's suit is successful, N-hentai will be forced to pay the compensation, and additionally, PCR demands that the site's domain hosting service Cloudflare, dang, Cloudflare's still around? What the heck?
Mm-hmm.
Turn over the site to them, and for third parties such as Google and other search engines, ISPs, and all other services to block it in the US. Man, it's going to be a bigger loss than TikTok. Would mark a major blow to one of the world's biggest sites. With 79.4 million monthly visits, SimilarWeb adds the users across the average 41.62 pages on the site per visit and spend around 11 minutes browsing. I don't know what that says about us as a society. N-hentai had previously sought a private settlement with PCR, which is outright rejected. It's been 2024 has been a major year in battling anime, manga, and webtoon piracy. The copyright infringement lawsuit and subpoena filing comprised part of a tumultuous year in the fight to curb piracy. In late August, Webtoon filed a subpoena to expose the identities of the operators of over 170 piracy sites, and these sites have been combined into 100 million monthly page visits, signaling just how widespread these illegal sites are. Most pirated manga originated from Japan and Korea, whose country collaborated on an internal operation to shut down over 16 piracy sites in Brazil. Over the past year, worth another 100 million monthly visits. While efforts to combat international piracy have been at the forefront, Japan saw a massive success at home earlier this year, securing financial penalties from Mangamura, previously the biggest manga piracy site in Japanese history, and this was followed by Korea's triumph just recently. The operator of a web novel piracy site, Ajitun, which was Korea's worst offender in the medium, was arrested and had his materials seized following a police raid last week.
See, now here's something interesting about that. Everybody, I guess around this time this had happened. I've seen some of the Facebook groups I'm in. People were upset that N-hentai was gone and it was down. And I happened to pull it up. I'm like, I'm still logging onto it. And I found out I couldn't log into the site. I checked my browser settings, my passwords. I was logging into the wrong N-hentai. So I was like, oh. There are some sites where it doesn't matter what the .com, whatever it is, there's one database to log in. Like with N-hentai, it's like it'll have each variant will have all of the files or whatever, but a different login for each. That is wild. Absolutely. So I have a feeling that site's gonna be around for a little bit longer than it should be. All right. And yes, you should pay for your porn. Anywho, moving right along. I think we're going to get into our next talk about Cowboy Bebop, and I wonder how long before Funimation puts the kibosh on this, or in this case, Sony. I'm hoping that they don't, because this sounds pretty cool. So, the Cowboy Bebop is getting a one-of-a-kind, massive, unauthorized release. It is a deep dive into the anime. It is set to reveal the inner workings of one of the most quintessential shows of the 90s. Using Japanese interviews, multilingual sources, and production material, a book called 321 Let's Jam will cover everything from the immaculate soundtrack to the oft-forgotten Japan-only games from the franchise. While many thought pieces, dissertations, and thematic examples have been written about great series such as Evangelion and Akira, one anime has not seen that fierce of an inquiry, but that's going to change with this. Being called 321 Let's Jam, the unofficial and unauthorized guide to Cowboy Bebop, which will provide such deep dive into the making of this amazing sci-fi anime series, 6-episode series. It could even give a definite, intellectually satisfying answer to what makes the show so compelling. It's going to be published by Telos UK and authored by Satoru Stevenson. This book, which is 636 pages, is going to have Japanese interviews, production materials, and multilingual sources to piece together Cowboy Bebop's history from its genesis all the way to the end. The book will be filled with newly translated interviews from the show's creators, including Shinichiro Watanabe, who I met at NDK. He was a really cool dude. Dai Soto, Keiko Nobumoto, and Toshihiro Kawamoto, along with others. Readers, for the first time, will be privy to the trials and tribulations during the development, how 90s censors felt about the groundbreaking series, and what made the year 2071 feel as familiar as it was futuristic. One especially interesting examination will be the series' immaculate soundtrack crafted by Yoko Kanno and the Seatbelts. Cowboy Bebop was not just a regular anime in the musical sense, it imbued Western influences with just enough anime tropes for it to be deemed as such. And composer really need to do a spell check. Going everywhere from Cowboy Bebop's opening theme, Tank, has become the go-to when mentioning the greatest anime intros of all time. Its high-energy interpretation of bebop jazz set the stage for perfectly thrusting views into a sci-fi adventure filled with old-world anachronisms. However, Kanno's musical adherence to Cowboy Bebop's themes goes beyond the intro, delivering a wide range of genre-crossing tracks that stand strongly in their own right. The book will examine the series in sessions, much like the titles of the original run episodes, mining scripts and obscure background details to fully flesh out in the world in which this sci-fi world was created. Another area of insight offered will be expanded media that the Cowboy Bebop produced, including the still region-locked series of video games for PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 1. And to this day, there is no fan translation out there yet. Kinda shocked. While it's doubtful that this account will give a definite answer to what happened to Spike Spiegel, it looks like a thorough jaunt through the nostalgia and anime history and an opportunity to spend a little more time with everyone's favorite ragtag group of bounty hunters. The book 321 Let's Jam is available for pre-order from Telos UK's online store, but no definite release date listed yet, and it will cost €25, which translates to about $33 US. I think that's kind of cool. That'd probably be something I would like to add to my collection. I'm surprised.
I think it's a little over expected that Cowboy Bebop hasn't been hyped. I mean, it did get a chance at a live action recently, but I will say there have not been a lot of documentaries, especially fandom documentaries on it. So I can definitely appreciate it, and I definitely can appreciate more content about it. It is one of my fandoms, so I wouldn't mind more stuff. But I definitely do think it's the celebration of it, Seiyuu here in chat at twitch.tv/anime jam session. It's the idea of like drumming up hype, right? And sometimes they'll overstate the hype just to get people excited about it again. Because it is an older IP, it has been through a little wear and tear. And so I think that they're just trying to get people like re-excited, reinvigorated rather. So.
And I'm actually doing a little bit of lookup because I know that Space Dandy takes place in the same universe as Cowboy.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
I didn't realize that. I did enjoy the animation style of Space Dandy. I feel like it was almost like a newer take on it. But I think I need to just watch the series. I haven't had a chance to yet. I watched Promare, and I think that's by the same. Is that by the same production company?
Probably.
Yeah, but so I need to. It's one of those ones I need to watch. I need to finish up some series. I've just been too busy.
I get you. Ugh. I get you. And also, Carol and Tuesday is in the same universe as Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. Seriously? Wait, Carol and Tuesday?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
That's so wild. I don't know. I mean, I guess there are multiple planets, so there's like a multiverse.
According
I don't know, man. They didn't do it well in Marvel.
Look. According to what I've just read, it takes place in the same universe as Cowboy Bebop, as well as the same city and year after the events of Cowboy Bebop, the movie, knocking on heaven's door.
Okay. And I mean, I guess it's so weird.
I
It seems
know.
so forced to do that. Why?
And
If
evidently,
you want to just drop, like, okay, okay, and this might be a hot take, whatever. If you
hmm
just want to drop some characters that you've created in a different IP in the background of another one, just do it. Don't make it like this whole thing of like they're in the same universe. Oh my gosh, you might see Spike Spiegel running across the back scene of Carolyn Tuesday's music festival, whatever. Just do it. Don't make up this whole like, oh, there's lore. If there's lore and like I'm wrong and it's actually well established and they have like this whole like hoity-toityness about it and it's like properly done and it's not just shoved in there, jimmied in there, whatever, then yeah, okay, I'll change my mind. But like, don't do that. Just show off your characters. Just give the nostalgia some love and don't make it a big thing.
well, yeah. Now also, Samurai Champloo is like the past variant, like takes place in the past. It's sort of like how,
Yeah.
like, the Matt Groening series. Enchanted is
Mm-hmm.
the past, Simpsons is the present, and Futurama is the future. But somebody was telling me like Simpsons is the past, Futurama is the present, and Enchanted is the Disenchanted is the future. I don't. I just know that
Mm.
all three of those series are tied
Yeah,
together.
I don't know. I don't know what the
I
I
forgot.
honestly, maybe it's just because I'm such a pleb about it now. I'm such a casual fan now that I'm just like I just watch stuff to watch stuff.
Yeah.
Like if there's lore that I get excited about, yeah, sure, I might hyper fixate on it for a month or two, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that. I don't know. Maybe I just don't get that invested. There are people that get really invested, and that's awesome. I'm happy for you, but I just don't.
I mean, the same could be said about Outlaw Star.
Yeah, I loved Outlaw Star, and you don't see hide nor hair of anything Outlaw Star, and that one paved the way for cowboy space operas.
Yeah,
That one did, and
but
Melfina's songs
mhm.
and stuff are such a catchy thing. Like,
But there was like two other series that takes place within Outlaw Star or something like that.
really? I have not heard anything about that. But
That's
if,
what
hey,
I had
chat, if you
heard. Yeah,
know, like, let us know. Let us know if you know.
that's what I had heard. Somebody was telling me there's a couple of
Mm.
other animes that take place within the same universe. So, huh?
I mean, it's a neat concept, but it has to be well executed because I'm picky.
Angel Links.
Oh, Angel Links. That's one I think I like heard in passing, but
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't read about it since. Hoffman's so deep dive into the ETA Hoffman's The Sandman, and I'm convinced Coppelia, the ballet, is actually a sequel story instead of a reinterpretation. Oh, that would be interesting. Like I could definitely see like once you start that's the also the dangerous slippery slope, isn't it, chat? But like once you start seeing things as reinventions or reimaginations of a certain universe, you start to like connect things and then you get the conspiracy theories and then the things that are like it becomes a bigger web. You weave a bigger web for yourself, for sure. For sure, for sure.
Most definitely. All right. All right. You want to take us out with this last story, and then we'll hit the cutting room floor, which is a new segment
Yeah.
I'm adding to the show. And I'll
I'm
get into that in just
surprised.
a
I do
bit.
have a few friends who are big car folks, car people.
Mm-hmm.
So, I could not imagine a better matchup for Lupin the Third. Fiat is partnering with Lupin the Third to release a special edition car, and it actually isn't $50,000. Wow, look at that! Italian car manufacturer Fiat has announced a new collaboration with anime series Lupin the Third, which will include a release of 3 original short stories and 3 limited edition Lupin the Third themed Fiat 500 and 600 models for real life drivers. Announced on the Fiat Japan website, the upcoming collaboration will celebrate Fiat's long-standing legacy as a master thief, Arsène Lupin's the third's go-to getaway vehicle while promoting the newest model of the Fiat 500, the Fiat 500e, and the Fiat 600e. The collaboration will include the release of limited edition Lupin the Third themed Fiat models, as well as the debut of an original Lupin the Third short story with all new illustrations. The Fiat and Lupin the Third collaboration will roll out in 3 volumes. from September 2024 to February 2025, with a limited edition car model simultaneously released with a corresponding volume of the original short story.
Mm.
The campaign launch or the collaborative launch volume 1 will run from September 10th through October 6th, 2024, introducing the customized Fiat 500 500C model and the first installment of the short story. The model and the first 7 chapters of the short story have already been released on the Fiat Japan website, and the car itself is a white car with a classic model similar to that of his original yellow car, as seen in the series. The Fiat 500C is making a reappearance after having been discontinued in several countries, and the customized vehicle will feature an emblem that shows off the collaboration on the passenger side door. The Team Lupin decal will be on the back left window, and customized seat covers, floor mats, cup holder liners, and seat side decorations will also adorn it. There will also be a miniature model of the yellow 500 Fiat included with the purchase of the Fiat. So if you want to
That's
get your
cool.
Hot Wheels Lupin Arsene dreams on, I guess you can definitely purchase a car to have a smaller car. You have a car for your car. So first volume will introduce the gang's newest target, the world's largest emerald called the Goddess of Smiles, and the emerald is heavily guarded in the Magnifico Museum of Turin, Italy, which has never been successfully infiltrated. He must partner with the new pure white Fiat 500, an ideal model for its speed, increased agility, and stylish appearance. To celebrate the release of the new Fiat model, there's a special debut fair, which will be held in Japanese Fiat retailers, as well as an enter to win giveaway of the new model with submissions open on the Fiat website, Fiat Japan website only. 20 participants will also win a limited edition Lupin the Third clear case. They will be available for purchase, and they're going to be ranging between 18,229 US dollars to 24,211 US dollars. In
Ooh.
yen right now, that's 2,590,000, and then 3,440,000 yen approximately.
That's a lot of
The
money.
release date for the second volume is going to be it has not been announced yet. So keep an eye on their website if you're interested in knowing more about that. But I'm always happy to see new Lupin stuff. So I'm excited.
As am I. It kind of reminds me of how. Well, why is this series not popular? Why is this series not popular in Japan? It's because it's not popular in Japan and it doesn't sell well, so there's no merch available for it.
You mean Lupin the Third? Lupin the Third is like a household name.
When I was in Japan, I did not see any Lupin merch.
I mean, there might not be merch in the tourist stores, but there's definitely merch in like the older places. And
Probably
like
so.
it's not specialized, right? So like when you have new merch and stuff like that, they're going to have it either in the secondhand stores where it's fairly new and it's just been dropped off, or they're only going to have it in general population merchandise. So they're not going to be in the places you would look for the newest, hottest anime stuff. You're just going to see it in like with everything else. Like
Okay,
it's just going
fair.
to be mixed in because it's like any other, like it's like Shin-chan. It's like public, it's public media.
But here's the
It's
funny.
not
But
yeah.
here's the interesting thing that I actually came across Hamtaro merch. Okay, they were
Oh
hair
yeah, but
clips,
that's like
but still,
stationary merch.
yeah.
That's like Hello Kitty.
I guess so. I
Yeah.
guess. All right, all right. You take that one. You got that. You got that. So now we're going to get into a new section called the cutting room floor. It's basically a couple of stories that that make the outline. We're just gonna just throw that out there real quick. I'll let you know a couple of articles that came up is that voice actor Peter Renade passed away. He is best known as the voice of Splinter from the original late 1980s cartoon series Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Um, non cartoon stuff he's done is Metal Gear Solid 2, Fallout New Vegas, Ninja Gaiden 2, And basically, what had happened was they found the actor home in his home dead following a welfare check. My condolences and sympathies to the family of Peter Renade. And Turtles Fight with Honor. And let's see what else. Next thing on the cutting room floor is Dragon Ball Daima, the new Dragon Ball series that Akira Toriyama was working on before his untimely death, is going to be on Crunchyroll starting October 11th. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So now we get into the part of the show that y'all really like to stick around for. Meanwhile, in Japan, we originally had 4 stories, but we're only going to pick 2, and then we're going to wrap it up because it is getting a little late, and I got to do I got to do double edits tonight, so you know.
I hear you. I hear you. I will take the first story if
Okay.
that's cool with you.
Yeah, I'm cool with that, and I will take the last story because that kind of sounds hilarious.
All right.
The 2 stories we did not cover, we will roll them over into next week's show.
Well, we've all noticed that there's been a crazy change in the weather as the world has been changing. And obviously a movie harking to that message, Princess Mononoke's 3,000-year-old inspirational tree has snapped into a typhoon. It is typhoon season in Japan currently. Unfortunately, caused a lot of damage to the lovely tree. Yakushima's ethereally beautiful valley closed to visitors following storm damage. With Typhoon Shanshan, or Typhoon number 10 as it was called in Japan's numerically based naming system, having dissipated, the time comes for Japan to survey the damage it caused. As with most typhoons, Shanshan came up from the southwest, hitting that part of Japan the hardest, and its winds were so strong that it snapped a 3,000-year-old tree on the island of Yakushima in 2. The Yaoi Sugi, Yaoi cedar, is, or rather was, a 26.1 meter or 85.6 foot tall cedar tree standing in Yakushima's Shiratani Unsuikyo, an ethereally beautiful, densely forested valley that famously served as inspiration for the mystical setting of Studio Ghibli's Princess Mononoke anime film. The Yaoi cedar is estimated to be 3,000 years old, and its majestic, humbling presence makes it one of the primary attractions for hikers on Yakushima. So much so that there's a specific Yaoi Sugi trail that leads to it. Sadly, after the typhoon passed out of the Yakushima area, on August 31st, a local tour guide went out to check the conditions of the Yaoi Cedar Trail and found the path blocked by landslides at multiple points. Worst of all, when the guide eventually did manage to reach the cedar, she saw that the trunk had snapped near the roots and broken off portions were lying horizontally after falling. Mercifully, the entire tree wasn't uprooted, but it's unclear if the damage is something that the Yaoi cedar can recover from and grow back. The local forestry authorities have currently investigated the best course of action to take, and for the time being, Shiratani Unsuikyo is closed to visitor access while the trails are being repaired. So that's really sad. I'm so sad that that park is going through a rough time, but typhoon season is no joke. And definitely if you decide to travel in Japan during typhoon season, be safe, be smart, and don't do anything stupid.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me like when I went to Japan and I went to Takayama and I went to Hiranosato, which is like a folk village, and there were some parts of the village of the town closed off because of snow. And granted, when I went there, there wasn't a lot of snow, but it was still blocked off. So better safe than sorry. Okay, let me open this up. We're going to talk about is a pizza chain. And it's kind of gone to the dogs. All right, so anywho, a Japanese pizza chain starts a nationwide delivery for dog pizza. It's hard to find a more broadly popular food than pizza. Loved by young and old, it's transcended barriers to the extent that it's partially in its own cultural class, and even people who aren't otherwise into Italian food can still find joy in a slice. So if all sorts of people love pizza, doesn't it stand to reason that dogs might like it too? That's the idea behind Japanese pizza chain Pizza La's Wanko Doggy Pizza, which is finally available for delivery nationwide. While Pizza La offers a full range of topping choices for its human pizzas, the Wanko pizza is currently available in one variety. To throw dogs an actual metaphorical bone, though, the Wanko pizza is based on Pizza La's teriyaki chicken pizza, chain's bestseller, and topped with teriyaki chicken, corn, mushrooms, and shredded seaweed. There is one big difference, though, which makes the Wanko pizza uses chicken instead of dough for its crust, giving it an extra meaty quality to please those canine palates. Don't worry, the Wanko pizza, which was developed in cooperation with the Japanese pet food company Kamifideli, is made with ingredients and seasonings that are healthy for dogs to consume, so it's not like you're giving your pooch people food. Oh, that's really nice, because people love to feed their pets from the table. The Wanko pizza.
I mean, it also works for people who are eating keto too, because a lot of people who do keto actually usually make a lot of their like bread bases out of protein. So that's kind of cool.
The Wanko pizza first went on sale back in 2021, but was available only in pet supply stores. A year later, a limited number of Pizza La branches began offering it, and thanks to the positive reactions from pets and their owners, the 4-dog pizza is available at all branches nationwide as of last week. Be aware, though, that Wanko pizza ships frozen and takes either 6 hours in the fridge or around 2 minutes in the microwave to dethaw. Pizza La says to serve it at room temperature, not pipe. Wanko pizza is priced at 180 yen, translates to $6.10. Quick calculation right now, because the yen to dollar ratio has severely dropped over the last 2. I'm just like, 800 yen, $6.22. Not so bad. And the pizza measures.
That's actually pretty reasonable, honestly, for how much pizza's going for.
Yeah. But 2 weeks, about 2.5, like about a month ago, it was 166 yen to the dollar.
It's shameful.
Yeah.
Like, I've been telling all my friends, I'm like, if you want to get your merch, you better get your merch now, because it is never going to be cheaper.
But it's okay, because I have a crypto account with money in it, and it's just been, let's just say I'll have a nice ample amount of spending money when I go to Japan next year.
There you go. Hey, I mean, make it work for you.
Hey. So the pizza measures in 10 centimeters, which is about 4 inches in diameter, and it can be ordered online. You can get it from pizzala.co.jp. And if you're wondering, people can eat it too. And okay.
I was a little worried. They were saying it was dog pizza, but I wasn't sure if that meant that the chicken they were using for the crust was like human grade or not. But I guess it is, so that's kind of nice.
Perfect snack.
And Ciatabiri at Anime Jam Session here on Twitch.tv says, not quite as good as Taco Bell's Naked Chicken Chalupa was, though. I never had that. That sounds really good, though.
I'm trying to remember if I had that. I don't remember. All right. It's time for us to get up on out of here.
Yeah.
So if you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers, independent podcasters. So what we like and don't like, we're telling you straight out. So it is as it is. And if you've been worried about my web screen, my stream kind of shaking or whatever, relax. That's just me hitting the table. The legs on this table aren't as stable as they used to be, but it works. So anywho, if you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. Don't forget to check out our podcast, which you can find on any podcasting aggregating sites such as Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and so much more. And we ask that if you can, leave us a 5-star review. We want to know what you think. If you can't, shoot an email, which I totally get. And while you're there, check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you'll not just find our weekly podcast, you will find cosplay tips and tricks, cosplay interviews, anime reviews, editorials, links to our Facebook and YouTube pages of cosplay and convention coverage. All that and a lot more at animejamsession.com. Check it out. Don't forget to follow us on our social media pages, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. It's all Anime Jam Session. Follow us on those so you know when we're going live, when we have new articles up, photos, videos, all that, and then some. And to everybody that follow us on that, thank you so much. We couldn't do it without y'all. Now, down below, if you're still participating with us, is a link to our tip jars. There's clickable links to our Stream Elements, our Stream Labs, and our Ko-Fi if you wanted to store us some straight cash. Or if you want, you can always cheer us on with bits in the channel, or you can also sub to the channel and give out gift subs. Everything you give goes right back into the site, so we're able to keep things going for you. So now we're going to go around the room. Last words, Barry.
Thank you to all our subbies and gifters and bitty bits today for donating to the stream. And thank you for keeping us going. And it's always fun. It's always fun. So hope to join you guys next time.
My last word is I like the how I look in the camera, the way things are set up, but I had to get a new gaming chair and this thing kind of, but I'll deal with it. It is what it is. So that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Ari will be here. Mako will be here. I will be here. Will you be here? We're kind of hoping that you will be. So that is it. End of list. Ranma.
I'm Barry Mellon.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Jamatane.
Say goodnight, Barry.
Good night, Barry.
Oh, you tease. All right, we're gonna get up
Be
on.
safe.
We're gonna get up on out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!